Charlie.
Okay, there's multiple stations there. Let me work, is it VK2 Charlie Papa Charlie?
Yeah, Roger, VK2 Charlie Papa Charlie. I've not got your call sign. Anyway, the name here is Les, Lima Echo Sierra, and you're about 5 and 5 with me down here onto the east coast of Australia. VK2 Charlie Papa Charlie, over.
Okay, VK2 Charlie Papa Charlie, thank you for that. You're about a 5x5 into central Washington State. I appreciate you being out here today, Les. My name is Sean. That's Sierra Hotel Alpha Whiskey November. Crazy how 10 meters been going, over.
Yeah, okay. Sean, give me your call sign, will you? Give me the call sign. Yeah, okay, on Washington there. Yeah, well, I'm between Sydney and I'll do it the easy way. I'm about 300 miles north of Sydney, and I'm right on the east coast, between Sydney and Brisbane. But yeah, you're not bad signal. You're 5 and 5, and easy copy for me. Yeah, 10 meters is good when it's open. Really good. Anyway, Sean, give me the call sign, over.
Yeah, I'm sorry, OM. It's November 7 Echo Charlie Victor, Norway 7 Easy Charlie Victoria, over.
Yeah, got it. Norway 7 Echo Charlie Victor. VK2 CP6. Yeah, no problems at all. And there's a few people calling, so anyway, thanks for doing me that. But yeah, a good 5 and 5, Sean. And I'll be having well, I don't know what time it is your way. It's blue skies here and sunshine. But they reckon we've got storms this afternoon. But anyway, it's quite warm as well. So November 7 Echo Charlie Victor VK2 Charlie Papa Charlie.
Yeah, VK2 Charlie Papa Charlie N7 ECV returning. Good copy, 100% there, Les. 5x5 up to 7 on the peaks. Hey, since it's holding out so good, can I interview you? Can I ask you a couple of questions here through radio, over?
Yeah, no problems. Go for it, over.
Ah, fine business then. N7 ECV with VK2 Charlie Papa Charlie. So just 5 questions to ask a ham here. Hi. So the first one is, what got you interested in radio, over?
It's quite a long story, but anyway, I'm ex-forces. I did 22 years with the British forces, and I was sort of involved with radios and stuff while I was there, and then I ended up in the Falkland Islands, and I got my license down in the Falklands. Moved from the Falklands over to New Zealand and had to do the Morse and all the rest of it, so did another license in New Zealand, and then moved over to Australia. So my call signs have been Victor Papa 8 Charlie Papa Charlie. Also on Ascension Island, ZD8 Charlie Papa Charlie, ZL2 Charlie Papa Charlie, and then I got Victor VK2 Charlie Papa Charlie. So yeah, been quite lucky. But I was involved with the forces. Didn't want to play radio while I was in forces. I was doing it nearly every day, and then when I came out, I got involved. So that's how I am with me, Sean, over.
Oh, very good, very good. Yeah, boy, that's quite a journey there, even just playing radio because you almost had to. Hi. So how long have you been a ham then? How long have you been an amateur, Les?
Oh, yeah, from about 90. That's when I got my license, but I was before that actually, because I got my license in 90. But I was playing radio a long time before that. Back in, let me have a think, the early 80s was when I first started playing radio. Anyway, how long have you had your license, Sean, over?
Well, I got licensed in 1993, so you and I are fairly close there. I was one of the first sets of no-code technicians, they called it on this end. So I do appreciate your time there and your patience with this there, Les. My next question would be, what's your favorite mode? What would be your favorite mode of operation, over?
Oh, and I like SSB. I've tried I tried FT8, didn't like it. I had to do the morph when I did the test back in the 90s, and as soon as I passed that morph, the key got thrown in the corner, and I've never picked it. Well, I have picked it up since. I was going to get back into it, but I thought, nah. I can talk at 200 words a minute, so why do I want to send and receive at about 20 words a minute? So the key got thrown in the... I didn't like doing morphs anyway, but I had to do it for the test, so I ended up 12 words a minute over in New Zealand. So that's what happened. But no, did try FT8, and I thought, well, radio, I mean, for some people, to me, some people enjoy FT8, and the class of their license, here anyway, restricts them to 10 watts, and it's hard if you're running 10 watts to get out. So FT8 is ideal for them, and it's like people, you know, wanting to bounce signals off the moon. Everyone to their own, I say. And I'm one of the testers here in Australia. I do some of the tests there. In fact, I've got one next week, an advanced license, and then but anyway, yeah. So I enjoy SSB, but you know, everyone to their own. Sean, over.
Well, yes, no doubt. I don't ask these questions for conflict in any way, shape, or form, indeed. But the answers are always quite interesting, which is why they've kind of stuck with my main five, for sure. It is a pleasure to be able to work Australia on 10 meter and to be able to get some of this out of the way. So I've just got two more for you there, Les, if you've got the patience for it. And I would ask if you have any advice to new hams today. What would you tell a new ham coming in? You said you're a VE, an examiner there, so what's your common little go get you there when they come into the class or leave a new ham? Over.
Yeah, okay. There's somebody else on this frequency as well. Anyway, yeah, my advice is it doesn't really matter what radio you're running, but the antenna does. And put up the best antenna you can, because that's what gets you out. That's what does the work. The radio side of it, people say, oh, I bought a, you know, $15,000 radio. All right, you get a bit more filtering in it and all the rest of it. But at the end of the day, it's the antenna that is the key to it all, I think, anyway. And but when people come in, they start like I did, with a dipole. You know, everybody throws a dipole up to start with, and then as you go on, it takes you years to get like I've got at the moment. I'm on a 4-element stepper, by the way, the DB36. It's not the biggest one, but it's got 3 elements on 40, so it's quite a big antenna. But it's taken me years to get where I am, and you can't. If you're new in the game, you start with a dipole or an S-thread or whatever, and unless you've got plenty of money. But you know, my thing for a new ham would say, put up the best antenna you can get. Don't worry about the radio. You can always buy a second-hand radio and it'll work. But yeah, that's my advice. Put up a decent antenna, Sean, over.
Oh, very good, Les. So what a great answer. I appreciate the thought put into that too, because it does make total sense to come back with a good antenna and build all the way back to the radio. That almost seems to be the theme of the day, and here we are, you know, at least something resonant up in the air, and we're still able to communicate the way we can. All right, one more for you there, Les. I do hear other station there on 10 meter. The band has been quite active there, so we won't disturb too many people, and I'd like to be able to say hello and goodbye. So the last question is the future of ham radio is. How would you finish that sentence there, Les? The future of ham radio is. Over.
Yeah, well, it's a bit of a problem. We're not getting enough people in. That's one problem. And I can understand why. I mean, here I'll do testing, say, for whatever, and to do the test I've just worked. It's about $200 for the first rung on the ladder. Probably a bit less than that. And then you've got the next rung, which is another whatever. And then at the next rung, we've got 3 levels here, and it's all money. Now, and then you've got to buy, or you might not have to buy, but you've got to get a radio. You've got to get coax. You've got to put up an antenna and all the rest of it. And it's all money, money, money. And when the kids say to you, but I can do that on my cell phone. And, you know, and my answer to that is, well, go on, talk to England now. Oh, I can't do that. I don't know anybody there. And you say, well, I can. You know, and that's my answer to it. I can. And I've got friends around the world, all over the place. I'll be in Dayton next year, and then I'm going over to UK. I'm from UK originally. I'm from UK. I'm heading to Germany to do the Hamfest there, and then back here. But in between going round, I'll be stopping off in Texas to see a couple of friends there from the radio, and into UK and Scotland, Wales. So, you know, it's quite good. You meet all these people. You can't do that with a cell phone. That's the way I look at it. Anyway, unless we start recruiting, I don't know what's going to happen. And the government are changing the goalpost all the time. Here now they're talking about having one license for everything. Well, if that happens, it'll end up like a CB radio, I think. I don't know. But we'll have to wait and see. Anyway, Sean, N7, Echo Charlie Victor. Sean, I see. You don't use those. You use S for Sean. All right. N7, Echo Charlie Victor, VK2, CPC.
Yeah, VK2, CPC. Thank you, Les. I do appreciate your patience and your time to answer those questions. That was very valuable information, and definitely quite a take on the future of ham radio from a tester himself there. Interesting on what the state might be doing with their licensing. We'll see how that goes. That would be a news headline there, one way or the other. Okay, did drop down just a little bit towards the end anyhow, so I guess perfect timing. Thank you for taking a moment to chat with me, Les. Over.
Yeah, okay. I'm just looking at your just a minute. Through the window. But I see you do a bit of pedestrian mobile or whatever. I see. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, it's looking good. I look at the car. I've got a very good friend. You might have worked him. G4 AKC. Bicycle. He does bicycle and pedestrian mobile. Did you get involved with that at all, Sean? Over?
Well, I do as much as I can with that screwdriver antenna I've got. I've tied that to my motorcycle, a backpack, a side-by-side. I'm going to have to figure out a way to get it tied to a dog, I think, sooner or later. Over?
Yeah, okay. What antenna are you running at the moment? You're sounding pretty good here. Over.
Well, I appreciate the report. I've got the off-center fed dipole, and it's actually propagating north to south, so you're off the end of my wire, Les. Over.
Yeah, okay. All right. I'll get going. I'm off to the radio club, kindergarten. I'm going there this morning, so I'm just going to leave now. So, talking to you, Sean, and all the best up there. Stay safe up in Washington. And we'll catch up with you next time. It's been a pleasure, mate. N7 Echo Charlie Victor, VK2 CPC. 73 for now, Sean.
Okay, Les. Yeah, thank you so much for taking the time to chat with me across the pond here, hi the other direction, Ed. And have a great morning. We're at about 1600, about almost 1608 or so here local time. VK2 CPC. Thank you again. Look for the YouTube video there when it gets posted up there. I appreciate you taking a moment for the interview. This is November 7 Echo Charlie Victor. We'll clear with Australia there. Am I bugging anybody on frequency here? I would apologize if I was stepping on a net or something I couldn't hear earlier. Is this frequency in use?
Yeah, Sean, very quickly, the call sign is Charlie Papa Charlie. CPC. Charlie Papa Charlie. All right, 7-3, Sean. All the best. Bye-bye for now.
Yeah, I might have said it wrong, but I got it wrote down and logged in there. Good to meet you, Les. Thank you for answering my call this afternoon. 7-3.
KL4JQH. South Carolina station standing by.
All right, there are a few stations calling. Let's do the Kilo Lima 4, please.
Victor Kilo 2, Victor Papa Charlie, Kilo Echo 4, Alpha India Hotel, Alabama. November 2, Echo Whiskey Mike calling.
Yeah, okay. This is the November 2 station. Go.
Victor Echo 2, Victor Papa Charlie, Kilo Echo 4, Alpha India Hotel in Alabama.
Maybe you guys are unfamiliar with how this works. He answered my call. CQ, CQ, CQ. Here is November